Hey guys, Malleo here. Today I'll be explaining one of the last theoretical tricks that's left for the community to hunt for. It is infamously known as Blimp ticket skip. So first off, the Blimp ticket is given to Mario from Don Pianta after Mario finds where Don's daughter ran off to. Once Mario returns back, he gains access to the Blimp ticket, which will allow Mario to talk to the Blimp attendant, show him the ticket, and ride the Blimp towards Glitzville. The issue we face is that this sequence is slow, and of course we want to go fast, so what would happen if we didn't need to get the Blimp ticket? First off, the Blimp ticket sequence only occurs if the game detects that we are in a post-Chapter 2 and pre-Chapter 3 state. If we try to talk to Don Pianta prior to finishing Chapter 2, he won't tell us to go searching for his daughter yet. If we want to talk to him, let's say after doing Teleporter Room early for example, the game detects we're in Chapter 7. It thinks we've already gone through the Blimp ticket sequence, and therefore Don Pianta's not in his office anymore. This sequence cannot be broken, it seems. There is no revertible trigger to our knowledge that we can use to warp to a post-Chapter 2 pre-Chapter 3 state. Because of this, we must find a way to skip the Blimp ticket sequence entirely. Skipping the sequence entirely would allow us to leave Chapter 2 immediately after getting Flurry. Currently, we need Flurry for Teleporter Room early, and if we find a way to skip the Blimp ticket sequence, it doesn't matter what point in the story progression the game thinks we're at. By cutting out the Great Tree, as well as the Peach and Bowser intermissions, we would undoubtedly save around 20 minutes, guaranteeing a sub 2 hour task. So how can we make this a reality? To do so, we must bypass a barrier. A tall barrier. Which is why we've decided to call this barrier skip, Blimp ticket skip. So essentially, there's an invisible wall that prevents Mario from not handing the ticket over to the attendant. The wall is 350 units tall. To put that into perspective, Mario can only jump 37.5 units high. This means that Mario would have to jump at least 10 times straight up in the air to hop over this invisible wall. As far as we can tell, there's no way to squeeze Mario through it using the attendant. It doesn't seem like we can use paper mode to go through any of the corners there either. If we can Bella Buffer through the loading zone, we're surrounded by solid invisible walls, preventing us from walking around the seam towards the right. Let's say we found a way to get on the edge of the loading zone floor. Even so, the walls to the right are solid on both sides, so we can't get back on solid ground if we jump to the right. With a delayed Goombella buffer, we can get through that invisible wall by the loading zone, but the loading zone will take us back to West Rogueport whenever we close out of Goombella's text box. There's a fairly easy trick to get out of bounds by jumping at an upright angle from the top ledge. You can't really do anything here, and you're essentially stuck. As far as we can tell, there's no way to clip back into the right by the pipe. As a side note, if we were able to somehow change Mario's Z coordinate to approximately -350, we can actually stand in the background as normal-sized Mario. This does look pretty silly, but it would actually work fine, although we have no way of changing his Z position like that. All in all, this is going to be the hardest glitch to find yet. Yeah, I know, Palace Skip was hard to find and all, but we have even less to work with compared to that. We have a few NPCs in the room, a seemingly useless out-of-bounds trick, paper mode, as well as Goombella and Flurry. They don't seem to offer us any help though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to stay up to date with glitch hunting progress, or you want to see more glitch explanation videos, be sure to follow me on YouTube and follow my Twitter @TaskMalleo. See you guys later.